So, hello everyone once again. And right now, I will be speaking very slow because I am using my earbuds mic, and I don't think so. How will my voice will coming? So let's begin today's second journey 2026 into day two of my series, reading a newspaper to you for improving my communication skills and pronunciation. So first, I start with the Indian Express. The first article I read was India-Pakistan shared list of nuclear installations. So in this article, I will first tell you about it was in 1992 India. It was annual. It was a pact signed between India and Pakistan where they have to share their nuclear installations places at every first January of each year from 1992 to till now to. Since what they did at every first January of any specific year, they have to share their nuclear solution, which each country at the time of war can't be attacked. So the just the only motive of that annual only motive of that pact was to they have to share their nuclear solution places with each other so that at the time of war they don't have to be bombed because X country can't be attacked on that country's specific nuclear installation. ठीक है? And the exchange list of these nuclear installations took place under the provision of an agreement provision of attack against nuclear installation as well. Well, it was signed on December 31st of 1988 and came into force in 27 January 1991. In this pact also they shared the name and number of prisoners they have like in this India and number of in this uh, we both countries share the number of prisoners they have like prisoners like fishermen who by mistakenly enter the economic zones of any country like Indian fishermen who travel to the Pakistan and vice versa. So Indian government also requesting to release some those prisoners because their time period from to serve in for the crime they have done in Pakistan it's already done. So Indian government is requesting them to please grant them early bail. And this is the all the this article was all about. And I think what I read in the number of nuclear solutions we share is only one and share only one time on the only one time it 1 year. It's on first January, and the name and the prison number of prisoners we have are shared two times on the first January and first July. Yes, this is you can already hear. In the next article, I wrote about India soft trials December 12th. This is a very concerning topic for us because well, economic there is a lot of natural change and economic condition natural climate change conditions. Well, this year, well, we all noticed that December was one of the driest month we ever noticed. Well, I noticed it was one of the driest. Just not see a drop of rain during this month, and it was very helpful for the Delhi because Delhi assumed one of the largest pollution. Next article will all us about this and this, and we all go. And the next article was about the Gangayaan mission. Well, the Gangavana first mission was announced by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 2018 that we will going to send our Indians by ISRO on space. It was going to be launched in 2022, but due to the COVID virus, where there were a lot of delays. There were a lot of delays in the testing because three times in the annual report, ISRO stated that they will launch the unpiloted crew missions in this 2023, 2024, 2025. They mentioned they will do this year, but they were unable to do due to certain delays and check. But the good thing we got to know, they completed most of the tests they planned in 2025. They tested the parachute 10. They also tested the heat radiance capsule. They also tested some things. So the major safety testings are being done. In 2026, they told us that the first uncrew mission will be held in the first quarter of 2026. So it was all this about this article. And the favorite article was between India and European Union and carbon cap and FTA bridge. So what was I read in this article? Indian steel and aluminum are going to face higher tax in European Union. Reason why? Because of CPM, Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. It will it will tax those those it will tax those who imports who are coming from another country on the basis of the carbon emission they have produced during their production. So this could would wipe 16 to 22% of the price in overall. It will also wipe Indians stocks that hold 22% in European Union. Indian steels hold around 22% in European Union market. Actually, in 2025, we sold around Indian firms sold around $5.6 billion of steels to European Union, which was around 24% less, around which is 24% less difference to 2024. Why? Well, because of a new law in European Union in 2023, they stated asking all the export firms to tell there about the basic mechanism, how they produce, what is the level of carbon reason produce, how they are producing, what the level of components they are using. So because of this, many Indian firms back down. They have to scale back their exports before CBM even was finalized. Next, and why now in European Union companies pay their carbon emission tax, and there is a different agreement for companies who are based in European Union, and CBMI is for those companies or exporter and those companies who exports their metals from outside. It's only for because but if CBM is for foreign exports carrying coming in Europe, so prevent company from shifting to those countries with less climate reforms. There are there are two scopes of basins. One scope with and the going to be phased and this. I have to improve a lot. I will try to say it. At the factory level accounting system, the first scope was direct fuel use, when it is mainly used by Indian firms situated in India because they use direct fuel and use furnaces to make those metals, and they produce a lot of ton, and European Union going to charge 80 euros extra. 80 euros is a tax saying which per ton of metal coming in their country, European Union. And the author mentioned that the steel and aluminum, which is account for 10% of global emission, now the most protected in the developed state. Why? Because they are going to protect their sector, and which is very crucial because each country have to protect their manufacturing and industry sector. And this was the favorite article, but I think I lack a lot in communication. I will work on it. Yes, you have to work. Next, how many minutes I have done already? Can see time. Where is the time? Where is time? Around 9 minutes. So it's a lot. I have to end it. Now for the Hindu, well, it was a good article. Why does India need a climate resilient agriculture? Well, what is climate? Climate resilient agriculture uses a range of biotechnology and artificial intelligence to guide farming practices and reduce the heavy uses of chemicals, fertilizers, and improve productivity. As we know, we are an agriculture-based country where 50 to 60% population do directly linked to agriculture. So we have to start main article simple motive of this article was to we have to set new reforms about in your agriculture sector. We have to most of the farmers are not aware about these terms, new technologies. They don't know how to get access to good fertilizers and a lot of so ICRA have to do a lot of changes in it. And the word of the day was convoluted, means tough and difficult to understand and confusing. Some tough, confusing, and what one was intricate. And this is all about today's article. I tried to read the newspaper. Well, yes, I lacked a lot of it. My communication was very worst. I think which was very was in a second year. A student can speak very better than me. I will try to improve. I will try to learn those articles. I don't know. I have to see. And it's really hurting to see. That's all. I did not study a lot of. I just covered Unit 4, completed Unit 4 of predictive analysis today from the Chat GPT. I've completed mostly the last 2 points are remaining. Tomorrow is 3rd of July. I will try to complete Unit 5 and half of 6 at least because on the 4th I have to revise all that because in 5th I have the test. Let's hope so. Tomorrow will be a good day. Thank you, Jan.